Welcome back to Southern Crafts Corner. Today let's make a Dollar Tree succulent macrame DIY. We're going to be using some jute twine. You're going to need 4 pieces, the same exact length. You're going to want to use a baby food jar or a yogurt jar. I have 16 beads. Some are unstained and 8 of them are stained. I have this adorable pom-pom ribbon, a little piece of foam for our floral, some grass, and of course the adorable succulent. Let's get started. First, grab your jute twine, make sure you have it divided evenly in half and create a knot right at the center to create a hook. Next, you're going to want to divide 2 by 2 and create a knot about 5 inches up. Once you get your first knot, that is going to be your knot that you go off of with the rest of them. So make sure you take your time and you're looping in your knot and lining them up to where the knots are exactly in the same spot. This is going to be really important towards the end, and you'll see why. So make sure when you're doing this, again, the next 2, grab it, loop it, line it up, and tighten your knot to make sure it's even. Here's our last one for this step. So as you can see, again, loop it, grab your other side one, and knot it up. Next, let's take a stained bead and an unstained bead, and let's loop it. We're going to go on all 8 pieces of the twine and add 2 beads per piece. Add a little knot, and there you have it. The 8 pieces all have the beads on them. Next, we're going to take 2 by 2, dividing up your strands and hooking them now together. So as you can see, 2 by 2, now we're going to be adding in another knot. Now this one, you're going to want to make sure, again, you take your time to line them up evenly. So you can see this one was about 1 inch down. Now I'm adding in another one, lining up my beads, using those as a little starting point, and then of course adding in my knot 1 inch down. Once I have those 4 done, now I have it kind of looped together, and you can see what's left is the bottom part. So separate them out, and now we're going to create a double knot by dividing the beads in half and having them to where you can see we're just adding a knot one time and then a second time. Once you have that, pull it really, really tight and make sure it's not going anywhere. Next, let's go ahead and let's spruce up our little jar. So for this, I'm doing something really simple. I'm just taking a little bit of pom-pom ribbon, adding some hot glue along the top, and adding a little bit of a design along this baby food jar. Again, you can use a yogurt jar, but I have a small child and I have these coming out of my ears. Next, I'm gluing a little bit of glue down on the bottom of my floral foam, getting it to stick in there really good. And now I'm going to add in some grass. So this part, I'm just kind of poking it down in there all the way around the jar. And I am going to fill my jar all the way around this little floral piece. So use your finger. At one point, you're going to see I'm probably going to end up grabbing a stylus or a pencil of some sort. So that way I can get it down in there really good. And I'm making sure that the foam is completely covered all the way around and that it's packed in there really tight. So that way, once this is done, you won't see any remnants of that floral foam that's inside there. So again, get that down in there really tight and make sure that you don't see any. Next, I'm poking in my little succulent right down into the foam, and as you can see, all you need to do is lay it down, put your little glass jar in there, and how cute is this? I used a glass jar I had laying around, some beads, and an adorable succulent from Dollar Tree. I hope you guys are able to make this craft, and I'm ready to make some more and fill them up all over my house. I hope you'll have a great day, and come check me out over at Southern Crafts Corner. I'm so glad you joined me today for this adorable craft.